Well, Jim Rick 2 again. So we have our harvest from one hive. So it looks like we'll get 4, maybe 5 gallons here. You can see. It's all pretty good, nice and thick. There's a few bees in here still. There'll be a few stragglers. And each frame, like I said, is between 8 and 10 pounds. We'll deal with the other bees later and put that in there too. Now we're just gonna bring it inside, and I think tomorrow we'll spin it and you can watch that. Jim Rick 2, Cambodian people, and everybody else who watches, welcome. We have done some videos earlier on extracting honey from the frames coming from the beehive, and some people couldn't see everything, so we're going to do it again, because happily we have even more honey to extract. So I'll show you. This is our extractor here. It's very nice. Comes from China. They did a good job in making this, and it has a motor on it. I did have one that cracked, but it was very labor intensive. It took a long time, so I put a drill on it and kind of wore out the gears. But if you wish to do that, you can go that method if you want to become a beekeeper someday. And we have our helper Noble here. Mr. Noble, our boxer. So this is a frame from the beehive, and it sits in the box like this, and there's 10 of them. So you can see the white on there is the wax that encapsulates the honey, and so they have the honeycomb underneath here. But on this side, you might notice, you could probably see a little better, the sides of the honey there. It's a little bit open because I had a piece of plastic in here that had acylic acid on it, and that is so the bees can walk over it, and it kills the mites that attach themselves to the backs of the bees. It is not harmful to the bees or to the honey though, so that's good. So if any beekeepers are out there, acylic acid strips are the key to defeating the mite. So the mite is one of the many enemies of the honeybee, and what happens, I'll tell you quickly, is that the mite attaches itself to the bee's breathing holes, which are on its back. In the summertime, the bees come and go, and they can remove the mites faster than they can attach. However, in the wintertime, the bees are all in the hive together and don't go out often, so the mites start to increase their numbers, and it's more difficult for the bees to get them off there. So what the mites do is suck the blood out of the honeybee. It's like a vampire bug. So awful. And it drives the bees crazy, and they will leave all at once or one at a time. The hive will empty itself, because when the bee knows that it is sick, it will leave the hive. And it's very honorable of the honeybee. I think a lot of other insects would not do that, but I also think that the honeybee is more than just an insect. That's just my opinion, because I've been around them a lot. So enough talk, and let me show you how the machine works. So what we're going to do is we're going to scrape off the wax with a rake. You can also use a hot knife. It smells great, but it's extremely messy, and some people like to do that. Maybe they find it faster. It does get a little more of the wax off. We do filter the honey twice though, as you'll see later on with the micron filters, to just get the wax out and the bee parts, things like that. So what we're going to do is just scrape it like this, and just keep going up to get all the wax off. And Owen, my beautiful assistant, will take it and put it in a bucket. And so we can gather many pounds of honey, and also beeswax. And so with the beeswax, we'll boil it down. Owen will make a video for you so you can see how to boil beeswax a few times and filter it, make wonderful beeswax candles because they are smokeless and help people with asthma. Also, they smell great. So we're going to continue to scrape off the wax, and then we're going to put it in the extractor, and we'll show you how that works. So basically, the centrifugal force going through the extractor here is going to spin and spin and spin very fast. We'll empty the frame of all of the honey, and you can see how nice the honeycombs are, because the bees are very methodical when they do their honeycomb, and it's perfect octagon shapes. So incidentally, you're going to help me. You're going to help me now, Mr. Noble. Please sit down. Be good for the people who are watching, okay? No? All right, take it out of the way. So I'm scraping off more of the wax, uncapping the cone. Our assistant, Mr. Noble here, loves honey. You like honey? You honeybee dog? Very good. So also, interestingly enough, you can see two different colors here of honey, nice and dark honey, and then some lighter honey. So that means the bees have gotten their pollen from different kinds of flowers or
ពណ៌វាផ្សេងគ្នាដោយសារផ្កាផ្សេងអញ្ចឹងលំអងវាផ្សេងដែរអញ្ចឹងពណ៌វាខុសគ្នា
Okay. Why don't you come over here and get a shot in here? Come all the way around. So here's the extractor, and as you can see, there's 4 baskets in here, and this is going to take all that honey off there, and then when it's done, I'll spin it around, and we'll get the honey on this side too. So it has a nice electric motor, and it's going to spin, and you have to hold on to it a little bit because it's going to shake. That's okay. And I need something. I need to clean my fingers off.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Trying to keep from getting honey all over my equipment. It's dripping a little. This is what it looks like on the other side when it's full of honey. So we're going to spin this out one more time. I'm going to flip around all of my frames and starting to get a good aroma of the honey. And I can't wait to put some in my coffee later on. There we are. Yep, look at that. It's all empty. It's gone. Only took a couple of minutes and it spun it all out. You want to help? Got some gloves.